Hey Aries, welcome to your yearly forecast for the year of 2019. This is going to be a 12-month general month-by-month reading for the sign of Aries. Sun sign, moon sign, rising sign, all that good stuff, my friends. You can also check out your moon sign and rising sign videos if you are a sun sign Aries to get some more info for you for the year ahead. I'm offering a special for the private 2019 forecast if you want a month for yourself, and the info will be in the description. Let's see what's happening with you guys for January. I'm using the SASURAIBITO Tarot. This is a brand new deck, so I thought new deck, new year, why not? February. Oops. Well, I guess there's your March. It fell right on out. April. May. June. And your July. All right, and then I'll start reading, and then I'll pull more cards for the second half of the year so that I'm not pulling cards for 10 hours in the beginning. Let's jump right on in. All right, Aries. So beginning of the year, January, you guys are done. You have had it. Like, you are so over 2018. You're so over with putting up with people's crap. Like, you're coming into this year, like, just really charging forward. You don't have time. You don't have time for nonsense. You don't have time for people getting in your way. You don't have time for your own nonsense. I think some of you Aries have had some really big epiphanies in the end of 2018 where you've seen ways in which maybe you've been sabotaging yourself and you're like, nope, nothing's getting in my way. Not me, not anybody else. Like, I'm doing this, I'm moving ahead, I'm charging ahead. So some of you are setting very firm boundaries with others. Some of you are coming into a really strong sense of self-discipline. And some of you are having to let certain people or situations go. Some of you are like, you know, this is holding me back and I can't have it anymore. So Aries, you're really coming into the year really serious about bettering your life and building something for yourself and getting ahead. Like, you don't want to struggle anymore. You don't want to suffer anymore. You know what you want and you're going to do whatever it takes to get it. Some of you might also be dealing with an air sign. You know, sometimes for me, this could also be the mother card, like when you have the critical mother or when you have a mother who can be like really nitpicky about certain things or, you know, a little bit harsh or a little bit hard on you. So some of you may be having that kind of energy that you're clearing out as well. Your card for February, my dears, is 5 of Cups. So as you're charging forward and as you're trying to set boundaries, maybe some of you are setting boundaries with a person, or maybe some of you are telling a person, like, look, you gotta shape up or ship out because I'm not gonna deal with this. Maybe some of you are trying to get a more like peaceful relationship with your mom or with a mother figure, and you're wanting them not to be as critical. Whatever the case, whatever you're going through in January, charging full speed ahead, you might be very impatient for results. And as you're coming into February, you may not have the results that you had hoped for, and you may be feeling very disappointed. But the message with 5 of Cups is it's not all bad. You do have these 2 cups. There has been progress. You have had something good come in. It's just not instantaneous. And in getting those 2 cups, maybe you had some losses. Maybe there's some things that kind of fell away. Maybe somebody didn't react the way that you had hoped, and there could be some disappointment because you had some expectations here. But the message with this card is focus on what you do have, all right? And the other 3 cups, eventually you'll be able to fill up again, okay? So this is temporary. This is fixable. There's a solution to this. So don't get caught up in the, oh my goodness, everything is terrible way of thinking. Try to focus on the positive and move forward to continue building better for yourself. Aries, your card for March, and this is the one that fell out, so to me this is like, listen, pay attention, this is a big one, is Judgment, okay? So this card has a few different meanings, and I try to go through the different meanings of the cards because this is a general reading and it's going to apply to you guys in different ways. Not every single Aries watching is going to have the same exact thing that they're going through, obviously. You know, it's going to be in different ways for different ones of us. For some of you, judgment is having to evaluate a relationship. Maybe some of you gave somebody a boundary like we talked about. Maybe some of you set a boundary and they didn't respond the way that you had hoped. And now you're coming into the energy of, well, now, well, shoot, you know, like, am I gonna stick to my word here, and am I gonna cut this person off? Am I really done with this person? So some of you might be examining or having to figure out to what extent you're gonna have somebody in your life, or if you're letting them go altogether. For other ones of you, you're examining yourself and you're looking at things within yourself that maybe you need to change, like how you can stop a certain pattern or a self-sabotaging behavior. Or you may see ways in which you've been frustrated for not having reached your goals, but you might see that, you know what, but I haven't really been living in harmony with my goals. I haven't really been making choices that truly honor what I want or what I'm looking for. So some of you have that epiphany to deal with. Other ones of you, you're feeling a sense of like a calling. You're feeling in your heart and in your soul that there's something in your life you are meant to do, and you feel like you have the universe calling you. And so some of you are beginning to look at, how can I begin living my life? What decisions and choices can I make so that I can achieve this calling, so that I can go onto this path where I'm doing what I feel I'm meant to do in this world. I don't know why I'm hearing this, Aries, but I do feel like some of you are doing something with animals. So I don't know if it's like a therapy that you're doing for yourself. Being around animals is very therapeutic for you. Or if you're doing something with healing animals or helping animals, maybe some of you are finding an outlet in that way where it's giving you purpose. Or you're feeling very much your life purpose here is to help the environment or to help animals in some way. But that just kind of popped up to share and to say. So some of you, Aries, are having something like that where you're going through. Your card here, my dears, for the month of May is Four of Pentacles. So some of you are coming into a time where you're needing space, or you feel that somebody is being distant from you, or you're being distant from other people. Some of you might have the opposite. Some of you might be having people who you feel are being very clingy towards you, or you're feeling triggered, or you're feeling clingy. So again, these cards have different meanings, and I go over the different ways they can apply. For some of you, this has to do with finances. You have some goal, you're wanting to make some changes, but maybe you're being a little bit, forgive me for using this word, a little bit stingy with your money. And it could be understandable. Maybe you are on a really tight budget, and maybe you have had money coming in, and you're like, I really have to save this for a rainy day. I don't know what the future holds. But something is happening in May where some of you are having to examine maybe having a history or a cycle of this, of really not being generous with your money or really holding on very tightly to it. And some of you are realizing that in order to grow or to progress, you're going to have to invest. And you're going to have to look at a way to do this balanced, to where you're not breaking the bank, to where you're not putting yourself in financial hardship. But whatever goal or dream you have, some of you are having to financially put some money into this. So ask your angels and guides to help you be balanced. Ask them to help you and guide you make the best decisions on how to do this. But a lot of you are having to learn balance here in terms of resources and what you're holding on to and what you're putting out there for growth. Your card for the month of January, February, March, April, May. That was April, by the way. So if I said that wrong, I'm sorry. Your card for me is the Tower, my dears. So this is a moment, my Aries friends, for you to listen up. We talked about how in the beginning of the year maybe have been about boundaries, right? And maybe this person not having honored that boundary, right? And you having to figure out if you're going to stick to your word or not. And maybe you're clinging to this situation or to this person. You're like, I can't let it go. I can't let it go, even though there was a disrespect or whatever it may be. The universe is coming in and saying, we gave you signs. We showed you warnings. We kept telling you what you should do. And you didn't listen. And now it's time for you to get on your life path. Now it's time for you to do what you were meant to do. So the universe may be coming in and removing that relationship, or that job or that situation or that family member from your life, because your guides and angels can't wait anymore for you to do it on your own. Time is running out. They're stepping in to redirect you. It's like we're going to go in there and we're going to rip this Band-Aid off. The Tower doesn't feel good. The Tower can a lot of the times feel like you're on this diving board and you're scared to jump and somebody comes up behind you and just pushes you into the water. All right. So it's good because you realize that you can survive that you can come off the diving board, land in the water, and you can survive it. And in some ways maybe helps you get over your fear of the diving board because you've already jumped off and you've seen that, like, you can do it. But it doesn't feel good. It's like a rude awakening, right? So if you want to avoid being pushed off the diving board, listen to the signs that are coming in the beginning of the year, my friends. Your card for June is the High Priestess. So whatever this removal is, whatever this change is, it's bringing you out of your comfort zone. You're beginning to learn to rely on yourself, to respect yourself, to value yourself. Another thing that I will say with the High Priestess energy, this is just me, my specific experience with this card, with myself, with other clients. I have, tarot readers will have different meanings for different cards. For me, the High Priestess is kind of coming in with a warning label. Okay, you're kind of coming into a situation where you're having a lot of power and maybe you need to be cautious in the way in which you're using it. High Priestess to me also comes in with a sexual awakening. As the chakras are opening up, you're releasing a lot of more sexual energy, mysterious energy, magnetic energy, and so others are going to be drawn to you. And you want to be cautious, number one, not to misuse this power, not to take advantage of others. Number two, you want to be cautious because a lot of people may be very drawn to you or wanting to be with you, especially romantically or physically, like sexually. But you're like this magical mermaid that they're not going to know what to do with. So if you're looking for stability, if you're looking for somebody who's going to bring you into their everyday life and their family and all of that stuff, you need to be cautious here and you need to let this person work their way up to your level, because right now you're like this mysterious magical creature going through life and people want to be near you and they want to catch you, but once they have you, they don't know what to do with you, and they're going to be more likely to run away or to let you go after having had whatever experience they've had with you. So it's not that they don't respect you or they don't value you. It's just they don't know what box to put you in. They don't know how to categorize you. And that can feel very uncertain for a lot of people. So just be cautious in who you're letting in. Don't come off your throne. Don't come down for your throne for just anybody. Even though the intention, even though the connection may feel very intense. Your July card is Eight of Swords. So this could be feeling very stuck and very trapped. And I think, Aries, what the cards are telling me is going to happen to you. My heart does go out to you because I've been there myself and it could be very frustrating, but I can also tell you that very good will come of it if you can just kind of ride out that wave. I feel like coming into the middle part of the year, you're in this transitory phase where there's your old life you're putting behind you and you've gotten rid of what's not working for you, but what is coming in isn't here quite yet, right? And you might be getting tired and you might be getting tempted to just kind of give up and say, you know what? I don't fit in anywhere. There's nobody for me. There's no sense of home for me. There's nobody who gets me. And you might be just kind of really tempted to just kind of sit there and not move forward. Like just kind of sit there feeling sad or feeling stuck. If you are able to push through that feeling, I promise you there is a freedom, there is a progress, there is a joy, there is an abundance, there is a love beyond anything that you can even imagine for yourself right now. But as these big shifts and changes are happening, it's going to be obvious. There's going to be a part of you that just feels very frustrated and feels like, I give up. Like there's just... And I think what it is, Aries, I'm going to be very honest with you. You all are very competitive and you all like to take the bull by the horns and you like to be in charge, but I feel the universe is teaching you that in some things you cannot be fully in charge. In some things there are life lessons. In some things you cannot change other people. And the sooner you learn to go with that universal flow, the sooner you're going to end up in the right place for you, with the right people, with the joy, with the happiness, instead of trying to take people in situations and mold them into what's going to work for you, right? Instead of taking a square and trying to sand it down into a circle, you're going to be better off just going off and finding a circle. All right? You get what I'm saying, my dears? So let's see what's happening for the second half of the year for my Aries friends. We did July. Let's do the second half of the year. August, September, October, November, and finally December. That's how you're going to end the year. So coming into August, you have strength. Remember what I said? You might be feeling like, I don't want to do this anymore. And then coming into August, you have strength. You're strong enough. You can do this, but you got to stay committed to yourself. Another beautiful meaning with the strength card. I cannot think of a better card to come in to really hit the point home that Spirit was having me share with you. When I was saying how you all can really be about taking the bull by the horns and making things happen. The strength card is about learning to work with someone or something else. That gentleness is becoming your strength or your power, right? Like this kid here with this lion. This kid can't come in here and roughhouse this lion. This kid can't come in here and yell at the lion and you know, whip it and tell it what to do and then beat it into submission. It's not going to happen. They're not strong enough. This lion's going to come in and tear them to shreds. But if they step in and if they're cautious and they respect this lion and they give it its space and they feed it and they give it water and they care for it, eventually they can build trust with this lion. This lion will have their back. This lion will be a protector and a guardian for this person. So it's the same kind of energy, Aries, as you're coming into this middle half of the year and you're beginning to learn to establish this gentle, loving, nurturing strength in which is going to bring people having your back, bringing people who are going to be there for you instead of fighting with you, right? And a lot of it is you learning to accept the way people are and to see that some of those things that you see as weaknesses can actually be strengths within them as well, and how to work in a way where everybody's happy, where there's a win-win. Your card for September is 3 of Swords. And so this could be releasing old betrayals. And I think for a lot of you, this is just accepting this change in your life. It can be for some of you, it could be a breakup. I think for some of you, it's realizing that something truly is over. Maybe some of you are having epiphanies about yourself and you're like, oh, I think I can go back and fix this old relationship. And so some of you might be going back to try to fix something from the past, and you might see that that ship has sailed, or that person is not, like, they've gone in a different direction than where you are right now, and it's just not compatible to come back together again. Rest assured and know that this is gonna be okay. It's not like you screwed up. It's not like you lost the one person for you in all of time. It's just that the universe is showing you that it's time to let this go and to move on. It's a truth being revealed to save you time and to allow space in your life for what is right for you to come in so that you can have your full joy and your full happiness. And as I'm saying this, Aries, I'm getting really hot. Like, I'm getting really, really hot. And it's actually pretty chilly in my room. So that usually happens. Wow, like my hands are getting so hot. I'm getting hot, like I'm getting sweaty. That usually happens with me when I'm doing energy healing, when I have somebody in my office and I'm moving energy and doing energy work, my hands will get really hot. I'll get really hot because I feel spirit, I feel energy moving through me as there's healing work happening. So Aries, you guys are going to go through a very massive, really beautiful release. I feel like what spirit is saying, that for a lot of you, this isn't even about something new happening. It's not about somebody coming in and breaking your heart. And as I started saying this, the heat began going away. Okay, wow, that was intense. So that's, to me, confirmation that this is the message that they're wanting me to tell you, Aries. It's not like there's some new heartbreak that's coming into your life in the month of September. It's not like somebody's breaking your heart. What's happening is you're releasing old expectations. You're releasing old wounds. You're seeing the truth. You're accepting and you're acknowledging what was. So I think a lot of you are coming into acceptance, coming into serenity. I'm hearing the serenity prayer. I don't know if some of you maybe have substance things that you're releasing or addiction that you're releasing, or if you've ever heard the serenity prayer, but that's coming in. I think 3 of Swords for a lot of you is just accepting the things that you cannot change. Accepting what is, and then being able to release it, being able to let it go, giving it to the universe, giving it to your higher power, and coming into this release, into this healing. Wow, that was really intense for me. October is the Emperor, okay? So Aries, you're a fire sign, and the Emperor very much has that fire sign vibe. So for some of you, it's coming into this energy yourself, coming into that masculine energy of action, of moving forward, of handling business, right? Having your empire, learning from your mistakes, because to me, that's a big message with the Emperor. The Emperor has tried and failed and tried and failed. He's fallen on his face. He's gotten back up every single time, and he's made a success of himself. His past failures never held him back from becoming successful. And so for that reason, he knows a lot, and he's very confident in his decisions. So I think some of you maybe are even breaking through codependency issues or patterns where you're learning to trust in yourself, to believe in yourself, to make things happen on your own. Emperor sometimes to me also can be a card of a karmic soulmate. So some of you might be having some karmic, really intense relationship coming in, which is not necessarily something that will lead to a traditional marriage, because the Emperor very much needs their space. That could be even you. You might be like, man, I want to have connection. I want to have union with somebody, but at the same time, I need my space. I'm not ready to pack a suitcase and move in with somebody. So for a lot of you, it could be you just coming into more of a sense of just needing space and needing time and being in control of your life. Or if you are in a relationship, having your own identity and your own life outside of the relationship. Coming into November, 6 of Pentacles. So remember how we said one of the things the universe was wanting you to learn in the beginning part of the year was learning to be balanced and like spending and receiving, or giving and taking, or, you know, letting people in, and like just having that balance and that energy and that give and take. That's very much what 6 of Pentacles is about. So you're accomplishing this. 6 of Pentacles can also be about getting out of debt. So maybe some of you have been having a hard time financially, and maybe you do have debts and things that you feel very buried underneath, and this is a confirmation for you that you're going to get out of it. Some of you are having a more even give and take with others. Some of you are being able to do good or to give to charity in some way. Some of you are making amends. I'm hearing making amends by giving to a charity. So, and this could also be through time if it's not money, my friends, because money is a physical representation of energy spent. So maybe some of you are donating time, but there's a give and take. This could be confirmation or reassurance that one is getting out of debt, and this can be having balance in energy spent in your life. Your card for December is the Magician, and I love the Magician. And I like this card because it makes me think of a young Robert Smith from The Cure. Those of you who are older like me, although people message me and they ask me how old I am. Some people, for some reason, thought my voice sounded like I'm a teenager. I'm not a teenager. The Magician is a card about as above, so below. Coming into really rapid manifestation. being very connected with your higher self. So you came into the, I love this. This is like, I just got chills, Aries. You came into the beginning of the year with like this, I'm kicking butt, I'm taking names, I'm not taking any crap, listen up, this is how it's gonna be. Coming in with this really strong bull in a China shop energy. And so, and you went through this whole kind of up and down thing through the year and in that. And then as you're coming into having fully released and let go what's not working for you and coming into your power and your confidence, you're ending off the year in the Magician vibe, which is now everything you were trying to call into your life is going to begin coming in more effortlessly. Remember how I said, Aries, you're taking that square and you're trying to sand it down into a circle, right? You're not going to be doing this anymore. You're coming into new energy where you're working with the flow of the universe and progress, abundance, relationships. Things are happening so much easier. You're coming into the energy of working smarter, not harder, having things flowing to you more effortlessly. And that is super duper exciting. I would definitely be excited about that, Aries. So this is general. Check out your moon sign and rising sign forecasts. So those may add more layers for you. And you may need a one-on-one forecast from me. I'm more than happy to give you a private 12-month forecast. And so the details are in the description on how to contact me for that. And so I was also thinking another thing I could do is that if you do have a goal, something you're trying to manifest or something you're trying to release, I can also help you with a little custom mantra or affirmation for you or homework for you to do throughout the year to achieve whatever it is you're trying to achieve in the coming year. And so for that, together with the 12-month forecast, I was going to do a special of $40. It's a pretty good deal. So reach out to me. Let me know if you would like that. Thank you for watching, Aries. Thank you for subscribing, liking, sharing, commenting. Thank you for letting me be part of your journey. Happy New Year.